This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is Not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side fly, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy James. This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
This is Isaiah Cross, the real attraction of professional wrestling, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and CastBox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the real attraction, Isaiah Cross.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that intro.
Absolutely. Normally I would ask, what you got coming up next, but you are currently injured, no?
Yeah, I am. I am currently injured. So the next thing I have is probably just the weekend. Just enjoying my time off.
Well, instead of telling us what you got coming up next, do we know, a time frame of when you'd be coming back?
The time frame, I don't have anything set in stone. Of course, I'd love to be back now. I'll leave it at this, though, for time frame. The latest I'm hoping on being back is mid to late August. The soonest I would hope would be July, but I'm not crossing my fingers on that one because I don't want to rush it, especially with it being my right foot that I broke. My driving foot, right? You do everything with that foot, to get around for wrestling, right? You need your right foot to drive. Being 6'8", driving with your left foot and having lanky legs ain't really the way to go about it. So it'll just be a week-to-week thing. So plan between July and August to look out for me on shows again.
And when it is made official, where can we find you on social media?
On all platforms excluding Facebook and YouTube, it is Isaiah Cross Pro. And on Facebook and YouTube, it's just simply Isaiah Cross.
And merchandise?
Merchandise, currently I don't have a website. I do everything in-house right now, so I'd rather not pay for shipping. So I usually just have stuff at my merch table and everything. And if people want something specific, I've had people message me in the past and I put it aside. But that is something I should really look into as I have the time right now being off.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, and you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and CastBox. Alright, obviously we have to kind of talk about, the bad stuff before we get to the good stuff. I promise we have good stuff. But I'm just curious, how did you injure your foot?
Well, a little context. I hate to break it to everyone that's watching. Indie wrestlers most of the time have day jobs. I have a day job. It is a pretty good one. I was just lifting equipment with a crane, and a crane accident happened, and the equipment I was moving slipped and landed on my foot.
Ooh.
And it broke the first 3 bones from my big toe down in the middle of my foot. So it wasn't just it broke the toes off. It broke the X-rays up online on my social media and everything. If you look at it, it's right in the middle of the bone. There's no joint that it broke. It just broke the legit bone. So it was way more likely that it was going to displace. So the first bone did not displace, but the second and third did. And thankfully, I didn't need surgery. It actually healed by itself, which is really surprising. But I consider myself lucky to not have pins and needles in my foot, man.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, to have something that sounds, pretty severe and not actually have surgery for it, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
I mean, it's just kind of crazy because usually, wrestling is the dangerous job that you do. That 9 times out of 10 you get injured, and it was the day job that got you.
Yeah, that was not, what did the kids say? It was not on my bingo card this year to get hurt at work. It was honestly by fluke, and you know what? Like, as bitter as I could be that I'm off and everything, it has given me some time to, like, just rest my body up, spend time with my wife, and, do real life things that needed to be done, because, like, wrestling will be here with or without you, man. And you can take the time while you're wrestling to do those things. That's awesome, but sometimes it's forced. And right now it was forced into my hand to have this time off, which I'm very grateful for.
Having this time off, has it given you new perspective on pro wrestling and how you'd like to come back when you do get into the ring properly?
Yeah, I think it's given me the perspective of, like, it's given me time to really, like, just take a back seat and really think about the big picture of where I want Isaiah Cross to go, where I want to go, what I foresee happening in my future in my career, and what I can do now to start taking those steps. I.e., like, eating better and just, like, staying on top of things while I'm off, and, like, staying in the gym. I don't want to come back looking, all sloppy.
Right.
So it's just giving me some time to really, to take my time with building my body up and healing it.
Now, you do work for Hammerlock Pure Wrestling. Can you tell us about your relationship with that company?
Oh, I'll tell you, the years that I've worked there, it is a really good place to work for. It really is. And they've given me a lot of great opportunities. And I'd like to say that every opportunity they've given me, I have taken the ball and ran with it. I will say on the record that I think I've done pretty well over there. And they've really given me a platform to shine. And I find that it's sometimes hard for indie wrestlers to find a platform, find a place that's willing to let them just learn and grow. And Hammerlock Pure Wrestling's been a place where I've been able to just workshops and stuff and work on things and been able to really shine. And that's really been helpful.
Now, can you tell us about your rivalry, well, I should say your friendship and then rivalry with Wade Allen?
What can I tell you about that? I could be here for hours. You want a summary, or you want my opinion, or do you want what happened beat for beat? Because I can do one, or I can do either.
Hey, I got all day, so however you want to lay it out for me, I will listen.
Well, I will say the Drifters are no more, but the Drifters was a team made up of me and Wade Allen. We came into Hammerlock, and if you've watched Hammerlock Pure Wrestling, like, we're on a lot of cable stations, and we have a pretty far reach in southwestern Ontario, and obviously, because you're from the States, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay. Well, you've probably went through my page and found their stuff. We came in, we wreaked havoc, we broke the rules. Like, Hammerlock's very old school rules: no throwing over the top rope, no closed fists, just very pure, like NWA rules. And we just decided we didn't want that because I had a losing streak for like 6 months at that point, and nothing was working. So I decided I was just going to bring muscle in. And me and Wade wreaked havoc for, I'd say, about a good amount, 8 months to a year. And then we started calling ourselves the self-proclaimed tag team champions. We're the uncrowned Hammerlock Pure tag team champions. And we just kept saying it and saying and saying it. And the more we said it, the more everyone believed us. And the following January, which would have been a year from when we debuted there, they announced the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling tag titles were going to be a thing. Wade and I get into the ring, and Sean, the owner, we thought he was presenting them. He was not. He was just telling us that this is what's going to happen, and the belts are on their way. They were presenting the belts the next week because the show that we were at was sponsored by this hockey team. So we were able to showcase the belts at their hockey game the next week. And they brought Wade and I as the hockey team's guests, and we had a nice box and everything, but we decided to take things into our own hands again. And we went onto the hockey rink, and we stole the tag belts from a hockey game, and we held them captive. They were ours for about 3 months, and I found if someone else had the hashtag, Title Tuesday, where every single Tuesday I would take the title somewhere and post a magnificent photo with it. I had a photo of me. I was kind of replicating the Bret Hart at Banff photo where he's holding the belt. Mm-hmm. I did that along the Stratford River in Ontario. I had ones where I had in a shopping cart at Walmart. Anyway, things were good until they weren't. Turns out power is everything, and when you have those tag titles and you have any title, there comes a point where it's any means necessary in keeping those titles. And we bit more off than we could chew. We were pissing off everyone, and Books and Looks beat us. When Books and Looks beat us, I looked at Wade and I said, we're going to come back stronger than ever. We're going to do it. We're going to take those titles back. And he left me. So then for months I was trying to figure out what was going on. And he wouldn't message me, and then he told me that we had a match that following January. So now this is year 2. Or end of year 2, beginning year 3. And it was just an abusive relationship. He'd tell me when I had to tag in, when I had to do my stuff, and everything was his job because I had lost the tag titles. I brought him in. First year, started for came.
I say,
yeah, I was, and so I don't cut out so you can get to your next question. Long story short, after months and months and months of just back and forth and abusiveness, I decided enough was enough, and Hammerlock told me that you're going to fight him one more time after I beat him a couple times, and we ended it off with a last man standing match, and unfortunately, he was the better man that night. I don't like Wade. I really don't. I don't like that guy, but I do respect him. He was able to put me down, and he made me eat my own words that night. So for that, I'll bid you adieu, sir. But he's kind of in the rearview mirror now. He's not really someone I tend to think about.
well, I would also say that he was an important part of your career as well, no?
I mean, he definitely was, but important things have to end. Everything has a beginning and the end, and I can't just latch on to my memories with Wade, I can think about things that are going to happen in the future. Like, oh man, coming back. Coming back will be a big thing for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, were you officially tag team champion, or was you unofficially tag team champions?
Well, we actually won them. We had them for about 8 months. From maybe not 8 months. Maybe 6 or 7 months. We had it from May 24 to November 24. Wasn't long, but it was what it needed to be.
I mean, what did that moment mean to you to win those titles?
It's hard to put into words. I haven't thought about that in a while. I mean, I know independent wrestling, some people will be like, oh, well, it's not the big leagues. I understand that, but it takes time and sacrifice to get to a spot where a company goes, hey, we're trusting you. We're going to put a title on you. And the fact that they go, hey, we trust you guys together. We're going to put a title on you. That means a lot as well. I was told, don't believe it till it happens. And I literally didn't believe it was happening until we won. I know people will say the F word about wrestling, which I don't believe at all. I can attest to that.
Yes.
But
we don't say
that
the
was,
F word.
No, it's not. That was not an F word moment. That was a real moment. That was a genuine, real moment. And I was just, I felt very honored that I was able to work towards that and make those titles mean something.
Was it something you took in the moment, or is it something that kind of sets in afterwards? Like, wow, I did this.
Okay. So, if it was the main event of this show, sometimes if you go to indie shows.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed how the main event will happen and whoever wins, and everyone starts filing out?
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens in your area, but that happens all the time after we're done shows. As soon as the person has won, people get up from their seats and leave, which I find, in my opinion, it's quite rude. I know you paid the ticket, you can leave when you want, but you're going to stick to the end. You wait till the very end, man. Wait till the announcer gets up and starts going hey, we'll see you next month,
Right.
Let the wrestler take their moment. They have hard work. They're paying their dues to get to places, and I think because it was the opening match of the night, that really helped me take in the moment because I didn't look at the title and look up and just see people leaving. Right?
Right.
I didn't go, oh, well, that's over. Okay. No, I took my moment and it meant something and it mattered. And, I mean, that is technically the only title I've won. But I don't think it's going to be the last. So I think I'll have more of those moments for sure.
What title are you looking at going forward?
Okay, well, there's the broad answer, all of them. But there's another promotion that I work for a lot called IPW. They run in Brantford, Ontario, in Canada. And right before I got hurt, I made it a point that I was coming after their world champion, or grand champion. Sorry, Kobe Durst. He's a really good wrestler, and he's had my number for many years. But I think once I'm back and I'm ready to go, he's going to be quaking in his boots. I don't think he's going to be able to keep that title because, I'm the real heel, man. I'm the real attraction. I have the height, I have the size, I have the talk, I have everything behind me. So it is only a matter of time. He's just holding that for me.
And what would that moment be like if you did actually capture that title?
What would that moment be like? I don't want to think about it because, to be honest, I just want to relish in that moment while it's happening. If I just hype it up in my head now, and it's not what I'm hoping that it's going to be, then I'm just going to be disappointed. I might as well just take it day by day, and when I get to that moment, if it does eventually happen, then I will enjoy it all the more.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned, the real main attraction, but you used to be the adjudicator. Can you kind of tell
Yeah.
us the transition between the adjudicator to the real main attraction?
The adjudicator, Isaiah Cross, he was a lost little puppy. Didn't really know what he was doing. But let's think about it. How many people in your life, now I hope you don't say 20 or something, how many people in your life do you know that are 6'8" or taller?
I couldn't say that I knew one.
Okay, there we go. See, it is an attraction to know someone that's tall. It's also an attraction to know someone that's tall that's also quite large. I'm 6'8", 300 pounds. Those are just the facts at our hand. And then when you put in the fact that, I'm putting out promos almost every single week when I'm wrestling, and I'm calling out my opponents, and yet I'm getting little to no response from the opponents that I am calling out or cutting promos on. Well, I mean, that's all that it needs to be said. They're coming to see me because I'm pushing it. I'm pushing my videos. I'm pushing the shows that I'm on because I'm making myself an attraction. If you're not putting the work in, you're not really going to be the attraction, now are you?
Right.
Right. As simple as that.
And that's kind of how you went from the adjudicator to the main attraction.
Of course. Yeah, that is. I just realized who I was. My trainer said it to me. One time I was just really beat up and everything, and he's like, hey, man, like, if you got to take a weekend or two off, like, no one's going to blackball you. No one's going to get rid of bookings. You're an attraction. And I went, oh. And I just kept thinking about that. I'm like, the attraction. I'm like, there's something there. And it's true. It's not a lie. It's genuinely true.
Now, one name that does pop up a few times in your history is a one Holden Albright. Can you tell us about your relationship with Holden?
Man, that guy. Wow, I haven't seen Holden in a while. He's one guy that definitely took me under my wing. I've been around wrestling, like indie wrestling, and helping out since I was around 14. That's 8 years this year. And Holden was one of the first people to actually take me seriously, if that makes any sense, because when you're a teenager and you're saying, I want to be a wrestler, I want to do that, they go, okay, kid. But Holden actually listened, and he gave me advice, and he, tried to keep me on the right path. And I have had some slobber knockers with that guy. Every single time I get out of that ring, I'm pretty pasty white, but I look like a red tomato afterwards, man. I'd say the same about him. We just beat the snot out of each other. Nothing is fake about what happens when I'm in the ring with Holden. It is intense. It is real. He brings it, and I try to bring it right back to him.
You got a Holden Albright story?
Oh, I do. It's my fault, though, so it's more a Isaiah Cross story. My first month of wrestling, I was doing like a 3 or 4 day loop. I only wrestled one of them. And the promotion that we were working for, they got us a hotel for like a bunch of wrestlers, bunch of rooms and everything. And I'm fresh 18 at the time. Legal drinking age is 19 here. I can't get in any bars, or at least drinking them. So I'm driving everyone around. I'm driving Holden Albright and Grizzly Mac. And we get to the overpass bridge in Barrie to go hop onto the highway. And this guy is behind me, flashes his high beams, no need for it, goes around me. Now he's in front of me, and I went, you know what? I'm just going to be that guy. I'm going to flash my high beams. And I flashed my high beams. And I kid you not, in his pickup truck, in the bed, was like a bat signal. And he turned it on and flashed us like I could not see for like 5 minutes. I had to pull over. He tells that every single time to anyone that when we're around. He will tell that.
So this guy was basically just baiting you.
Yeah, and I looked at Holden and I said, he's going to get home and one of two things is going to happen. Either his wife was in the car and went, I can't believe you did that. Or his wife wasn't in the car and he's going to get home and go, honey, I told you there was a reason why I bought that. Like, tonight was the night.
I got it. I got one.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely a great story for sure. Another name that you've been in the ring with is a one Sunny Z, an export from Thailand. What was that experience like wrestling Sunny, considering not necessarily a native?
Sunny, full disclosure, had no idea how old he was. I thought he was like early 30s. When I met him, he was like 42. And when he told me that, my jaw dropped because I'm like, I look older than you with a beard, and I'm like, 18. And he's just like, oh, yeah, we don't age. He definitely was a trip to wrestle, and I wrestled him more than once. I feel like I wrestled him 2 or 3 times. He was definitely different than everyone else I was wrestling at the time. He was just having fun, and that's why we're wrestling, right? So to have fun. So he definitely brought out a more fun side of me, and those were matches in my career that were like really early on. So I would really love to run it back with him. He has reached out to me to go to Thailand. It is just not lined up for me, unfortunately. But eventually, maybe, I'm not saying yes, maybe I'd go out, or hopefully he can just come back here and just wrestle everyone he wrestled. Maybe bring some people from Thailand back with him.
Oh yeah, this having interviewed a few people from Thailand, there's definitely a good crop of wrestlers there as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I know that Sunny has been like bringing talent over from Canada and utilizing them pretty well. So it's good to see like kind of a talent swap. Like if it were to happen, there's definitely been talent going over there for the experience and everything, which has been good.
If you do indeed go to Thailand, is that your first time out of the country?
So not my first time out of the country. For wrestling, it would be, but not out of the country entirely. But it would definitely be an experience being the first time wrestling out of the country.
Okay. I mean, there was another wrestler from another, Southeast Asia country that you wrestled as well. Ken Warren, no?
Oh my gosh, Ken, yeah. That was fun. I was off for a bit. Unfortunately, had my first injury was actually in wrestling. Just fluke. My wrist just kind of snapped off of something it shouldn't have snapped off of.
Ooh.
This is a while ago, so that's why I haven't, quit at all. I had a pretty good stint in between. It was my first match back, and when I'm talking about bringing your A game and, pushing the show and promoting it and promoting yourself to be an attraction, he hasn't. I don't think he's as in it as he was, for sure, but when he saw that I was pushing it because it was my first match back, he did the exact same. We had like a good promo war. Like he had one, I had one, and then I think he had another. He gets it, right? So it was good to have a little iron sharpen iron. I definitely learned from that experience.
All right. Now, feel like you already answered this question, but I do have to get back to, that segment once again. Isaiah's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
That wasn't really bizarre because Barry is very hick. I should have expected better. I wish I had a better one. I travel a lot by myself, unfortunately. I wouldn't. It wasn't on the. I was on the road, but I was not on the road. If that makes sense. I had already gotten to the destination.
Okay.
I wouldn't say bizarre, but I'll just give a shout out mainly because I've been really craving some shawarma. I took a little road trip with some wrestlers to a show. I don't know if you're familiar with Jody Threat. She's on TNA now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was in the car with Jody Threat and one other guy, Sway Archer. We went to Montreal. They did their show. Jay White was on the show, like Switchblade. Big deal. And then we were told we were going to have a room. And we all go to this bar and everything. And we're with the promoter. And I go, hey, like, is this a pub or like is a bar or a pub? Or he goes, hey, buddy, like, I don't know if you've never been here. Like, this is a club. I'm like, oh. He's like, yeah, they don't sell food at clubs usually. I'm like, oh, okay. So there I am. And it's like 3 a.m. in Montreal. And it's snowing. And I just went kind of gallivanting around, and I found a 24-hour shawarma place, and it was the best shawarma I have ever had, hands down. Like, and then I had a conversation with the people in the back because I'm like the people that were working there because I'm just such an extrovert. I was just asking them, like, dude, like, what kind of shift do you have to work to be working at this time? And they're telling me they're all working like they're all on 8-hour rotations and everything. He goes, I unfortunately just got stuck on this one, but I don't remember what the shawarma place is called. But it's very random, a very random story of mine. Shawarma at 3 a.m. by myself in Montreal. It was a great time. So I definitely would recommend if you end up in Montreal at 3 a.m. and it's snowing and you don't have any food at the nightclub you're at, go get food at a shawarma place. It'll make your night better.
I mean, that's very specific, but if it ever happens to me, I will definitely do it.
Do it, yeah. It'll change your life. I don't know if it will, but it did mine. It might change yours.
If food that changes your life, that's the best type of food, I would say.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Definitely a unique experience to say the least.
Yeah.
You was the Undertaker and Abyss on Darkside of the Ring. Can you tell us about that?
I sure was. Yeah. Trying to think. Oh, okay. I have to think how I'm going to talk about this because I'm not exactly sure what and what not I'm allowed to say. Yeah, Undertaker was really fun. I was looking to audition for Tales of the Territories, and nothing came of it. Nothing came of the season before. I don't remember what season it was of Darkside of the Ring. And then one day, I was having a rough day. Some stuff wasn't going well. And I got a cold email from Vice, from their casting director, asking me if I'd be interested in auditioning for Undertaker. So I sent my audition tape over, and I was waiting for a text from a girl for like a whole week. I heard nothing, and I'm like, I've never done this. Like, I've never done acting before. I'm like, this has got me on the edge of my seat whether I've got it or not. And then they emailed me and they went, okay, you've got it. And I was like, that's awesome. So they brought me in, and it was a real full circle moment. My first ever match in front of live people was against a guy named Scumbag Yates, and it was a mixed tags match. So it was me and CC Moss versus Scumbag Yates and Selena Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And He was the first ever person I wrestled. That day when I get to set, he's playing Mankind. So not only was he the first person that I had a wrestling match with in front of a crowd, he was also the first person I did an acting gig with. So it was a real full circle moment. And that was really cool. And I wasn't expecting a callback. Just, I figured, they just got me to play. Maybe they have someone else that they want Taker to be usually. They called me back and they said, hey, we want you for the second block of this season. You're going to be Undertaker in the Muhammad Hassan episode. So I think there's a scene where, hopefully it made it, there's a scene where Taker is holding wrestling cord and he's like waving his finger and yelling at Muhammad, and that is me. And that was pretty cool because all the rest of the people there were wrestlers that like have been in it for a while, and it was definitely not how I would ever talk to any of them. And I'm like, I got to get it out now if I have any frustration, which I didn't. But so I was told, even though it's reenactment stuff, don't just like lip sync or whatever. Like make sound, It's not going to be used, but it shows the body language better, right? So it was pretty cool as well. Circling back to the whole scumbag thing, when we reenacted the throw off the cell, they made like a cell and everything, and they had like crash pads and everything, and we did that at like 7 a.m. And I will say I've never done something like that at 7 a.m. At least, not in my backyard, as a little kid or whatever. But it's, I'll just be a little selfish right now. In Canada, we don't have HBO Max. We have Crave. And unfortunately, some of the shows have ads. So I've been watching a show with my wife, and we noticed we were watching the ads, and I don't really pay attention. I'll just go do something, go to the washroom real quick. They keep replaying the exact same clip for their true crime ad. So they'll show like the Narco Mennonites, and they'll show a couple other things.
Yeah.
But then they'll show a clip from Darkside of the Ring. It's Chris Jericho talking in his seat, and then the next clip's me throwing Scumbag off the cage. So I was like, that's pretty sick.
I mean, that is pretty sick, honestly. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, an iconic, moment in pro wrestling. Like, everybody knows that moment. What was that like for you to recreate something, so iconic?
It was pretty surreal. Like I wasn't alive when it happened, so it didn't impact me the same way as it did, like, say, my dad. He's really into wrestling. He remembers tape trading and seeing that, and he was just like, his jaw dropped to the floor. Like, no one had ever seen anything like that. Like, I know you hear it all the time, but no one had seen anything like that, especially in North America. You had FMW, it had a crazy deathmatch wrestling, but it wasn't like something that was seen on weekly television that you could see for free. Just to watch someone drop that far, and if I remember, there's nothing under the table. He just falls.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty terrifying, right? And especially, I might have my timeline mixed up, but I feel like that happened after Owen passed.
No.
For them to pull something like that after Owen had passed.
No, it didn't. It was.
No?
Owen died a year later.
See, this is why I got someone like you, because if we would have them fact check me, I wasn't alive. Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh God. Man.
Let me roll back.
Feel old.
let me roll back. It's pretty crazy that happened before Owen, and it would have been crazier if they decided to do that after Owen died. The fact that happened a year before Owen died, yet again, nothing like that had happened. So thank you for cutting me off and correcting me, because otherwise they would have been like, this jabroni doesn't know anything. Is he even a wrestler? So, but yeah, it was pretty surreal, and it was pretty cool that, like, to know that there's a definite chance that Taker or Mankind might have seen it. So to know that they know that some reenactment guy that is me exists is pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
And you got called, like you said, you got called back for Abyss as well. I believe you
I did.
now I'm blanking on her name.
But Daphne through the table
Daphne
where
to the
she was
table, thank
concussed.
you. Yes.
Yeah. That wasn't a lot. That was more, I came in, got dressed, did the stunt, and then I was done. The first one was a lot. It was long days, but that was pretty quick. It was a really cool experience being called back for someone else entirely. And like to recreate that was a little different because I don't know. I guess incidentally that caused problems with Daphne with that concussion, and that's how she, kind of began her descent into more drugs and everything. So that was a little more sad to recreate, and definitely different. It was interesting choke slamming someone on a wire that wasn't a wrestler. That was interesting because I just kind of was doing the motion. I was not actually throwing her, right? So she just did her own throw.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So it was more of an acting experience than, a wrestling experience.
Yeah, I would say. Like, the season that came out with the Hell in a Cell episode, I'm in a lot of that. Like, I'd say, I think like 6 to 8 episodes I'm in. If not Taker, I'm someone in the background, or I'm Abyss. That's pretty cool. So, that's something that I can say that I've done, is that I was like on a pretty high level show. So it was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. You are a conspiracy theorist, no?
In what way?
I mean, you like conspiracy theories, no?
Don't mind them. Yeah.
Can you tell us about your love of conspiracy theories?
I just say that my love of conspiracy theories. I'd like to know where you got that info from. You sound like Nardwar here, man. I'd like to say my love for like conspiracy theories. I didn't really believe any of them, really, to be honest. Like some of them were like so far fetched that they're crazy that it was almost just kind of comedic. I don't know. Like I was really, because I lived in a bog, like right by a bog and everything. Everything's marshy. Got a bunch of wooded areas. So Bigfoot was a big thing when I was younger. But like, I don't know if there's too many I can really talk about without sounding like a kook, to be honest with you. I haven't really delved into much lately. I might, when this is done, start watching stuff, but thanks. How did you figure that out?
I do my research.
I'm gonna take it you found an old YouTube video from my old channel. Or something.
So, I mean, is there one conspiracy theory that sticks out to you more than most?
I'm gonna sound crazy here. I've heard people call it a conspiracy theory, but at this point, it's just real. I have been watching a lot on this, and I wouldn't say it's conspiracy, is more just forming yourself. The fact that all of the diets and everything in mainstream media are always changing. It's not actually that our plethora of information and knowledge of health has changed. It's just, kind of what the media wants to put forward. Just like, I don't know, if we wanted Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania 30, but Vince McMahon really wanted Batista versus Randy Orton. So they're pushing what they want. And sometimes that's the narrative that we get forward. So if you look nowadays, rise of food costs and everything, it's kind of more prominent that whatever's easier to manufacture like, synthetic protein. You'd see all the protein stuff all over the place that didn't have protein before. A little peculiar, if you ask me.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. Do you believe in, paranormal, and, extraterrestrial, encounters and things like that?
I don't, to be honest. I really don't, just because we have okay. There could be, because we have all this technology and we're sucked into our phones all the time, that we have our heads bent into our phones looking at Instagram and everything, that we're too busy to realize that there's something around us. But most likely, the realistic answer is that there isn't. Something would have happened by now. Let's be honest. And it's nice to see that people, have belief in it, and that's just something that I have to see to believe, unfortunately.
I gotcha. Well, something that we do see and believe about Isaiah is that you have tattoos. Can you tell us if there's any significant meaning to them?
Yeah, there is. The first one, I'll just be straight up. I was really into Norse mythology when God of War got rebooted, and I went pretty hard into those games, so I got God of Thunder tattooed in Norse on me, and Mjolnir is on my shoulder blade. It's pretty sick. I got that at 16, and last September, I got Only God Can Judge Me, because I believe that. I believe in a higher power, and I believe that God is real, and He's my savior and everything. I don't know if you have a lot of wrestlers to say that, but I believe that Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Isaiah Cross, the name, obviously has significance and meaning when it comes to that. So,
Okay. And is there any plans for new ink in the future?
there's always floating ideas. Once you get one tattoo, it's hard to not get another. I don't have anything I'm set on. I have to really be set on it for a couple months. I'm not just gonna go get it, because I don't want to regret it. I have friends that regret some of their tattoos, and that's one thing I don't want to waste money on and look at it and go, why did I get that?
I gotcha. So
Yeah.
I have to chew on a couple of ideas before you make it a reality.
Yeah, do you want to, I don't know, I believe in the superstition of not getting tattoos, getting names tattooed, because, I don't overly believe in it, but I don't believe anything would happen in my relationship. But say I got my wife's name tattooed on my arm, and we were in an argument, and I looked down and be what the heck, or you forgot to do the dishes. That's just not something I'd want on me, right? So, yeah, something I have to really sink my teeth in and to think about.
Okay. I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Oh, man, that is hard. First 3 songs. I'm just going to say songs that I like that I think would work well in a movie. I don't think I've heard a movie that has Riding the Storm Out by, oh my goodness, what are they called? I'll remember their names later.
Mhm.
The song called Riding the Storm Out. It's from the 80s. I cannot remember the band's name at all right now. I completely blanked on that. I think that would be a good song. It's very fast-paced. It goes right away into the music. I think another song that would be good, just complete contrast from that. I think Mr. Blue Sky by Blue Light Orchestra is always a good one to have in a movie for a good time, for a good for a good montage. If you're having a happy moment. And I think I don't see. I see specific songs by Metallica get used in movies and TV shows, but I can't think of a movie or TV show that used Fade to Black. So if you finish a movie off with Fade to Black, I think that would be pretty sick.
I mean, yeah. Fade to Black is a great way to end the movie.
Yeah.
I believe your riding the storm out is REO Speedwagon.
Oh my goodness, thank you. My goodness. I have people that would be like rolling in their grave right now if they heard me not remember. Yeah, REO Speedwagon. That song does not sound like any of the rest of their music. It's very very not them. It sounds almost a little more with the times of that type of music, so maybe a little more hair metal than what they would have sang, because they sing a lot of like love songs.
Right. Alright. Well, definitely a solid 3 picks to say the least. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you, and you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm gonna sound so cocky right here, but you can ask. You can ask anyone in my life. When I am out, I have people that come up to me I don't even know, and they go, "Oh my gosh, you look like Jason Momoa. You look like Aquaman. You look like the guy from the water movie." I'd probably just get Jason Momoa to do it so people could stop saying that I look like him, and then they'd go up to him and go, "Oh my gosh, you look like Isaiah Cross."
It sounds more like a revenge thing, if I'm being honest.
It is. It really is, to be honest with you.
Alright, now that we have you casted, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you in your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Bro, we're talking about just Isaiah Cross. I leave out my family just so they're not in the limelight, because I don't know if they'd enjoy that. Let's just say wrestlers. Significant wrestlers need to have someone play Wade. I need to have someone play probably have to have someone play Kobe Durst, and I probably have to have someone play, let's say, who else is important? Holden.
Okay.
For Wade, you know what? I'm really drawing blanks on people who to cast right here. I might call a friend and get your hand in helping me cast them here. All right. Trying to think someone big and burly.
Trying to think too. Maybe this would be a good fit? Jelly Roll?
Sure. With A-listers then for Kobe. Oh my goodness, it looks like Kobe Durst. He's got blonde hair. I know this is completely off topic. Let's just say Owen Wilson. I know that wouldn't make any sense, but that's just funny to me.
We could make that work for sure.
Pardon?
We could make that work for sure.
Sure. And for Holden doesn't have hair anymore. Holden really hasn't had hair for a long time. He'd like this. He's Italian. I cannot pronounce the guy's name, but the guy that played Tony Soprano. If he was alive, I'd get James Galfo-Finito. I can't pronounce the last name. It's something very Italian that I'll butcher.
Yeah, but the guy from The Sopranos, we know what his name. Tony Soprano.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. Yeah.
Alright. Was definitely It's sounding like a great movie. A
Yeah.
blockbuster, to say the least.
Sure, yeah.
And you could pre-order the tickets now.
Ah. Don't know when it will come out, but you can hold on to those tickets.
Yes, it's to be determined.
There you go.
Now onto a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
I don't mind it, but I got someone in my life that's severely allergic to it, so we try not to do that. But I sure think sometimes my mother is trying to kill my father, so she gets it a lot on her pizza, and my dad's allergic to pineapple, so I don't mind it. If you don't like it, that's okay. Most people that say they don't like something haven't tried it, so maybe just try it.
Okay, so kind of leaning more towards anti. But
Sure.
for family reasons.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of get it. My mom is actually allergic to pineapple.
Right, yeah. You get like my dad, complete anaphylactic, his throat will just close up.
I've never experienced her, getting a reaction, but she was just like, I can't have it, or it's not going to be good.
Okay, well, I mean, if she knows, she knows. There's definitely probably a story there, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. What's your spirit Pokemon?
I have no idea. I don't even know any Pokemons, man. What do you think my spirit Pokemon is?
I'd go with maybe an Ursaring.
Sure. We'll stick with that.
Okay.
I believe you. I don't really know much Pokemon, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's like a bear Pokemon.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could maybe get an idea from there.
Sure. That sounds good.
Now, since you are a Canadian from Canada, I do have 2 Canadian exclusive questions for you.
Ooh, okay.
The first one being, poutine. Where is the best place to get it?
I'm probably the worst to ask, but there's 2 places that I say do it well. If you want the proper version, you're gonna have to go to Quebec, because everyone tends to just use fake cheese here in Ontario. If you go to Quebec, they use actual cheese curds. That's how it's supposed to be made. Now, if you want something that's different, there's a restaurant chain called Swiss Chalet. I don't know what the American equivalent would be, but it's like rotisserie chicken. That's their mainstay.
Okay.
On their appetizer menu, they have a chicken poutine, where it's like, you can either do it with gravy or you can do it with their chalet sauce, which is kind of like, it's kind of a gravy, like a spicy gravy mix. So that's definitely something I enjoy when it's a cheap meal.
I got it. So,
Yeah.
basically, you're more of a shawarma expert than poutine.
Yeah.
And the second question, is Canada's greatest national treasure Ryan Reynolds?
No, really not. I used to like that guy. I'll just be up front, because this should not get me in any hot water. That guy, I don't know, he has this chameleon effect on people, and I used to really enjoy Rob McElhenney as a comedian and stuff. I don't know, as soon as they bought that soccer team together, he just really changed when he was around Ryan Reynolds. It's like he literally mimicked him. It's really weird.
So if Ryan Reynolds isn't, who is?
Oh man, that's gonna shock you. I'm 20 minutes away from Stratford, so I'm gonna have to say Justin Bieber, man. That guy went through a lot in his life. I'd say honestly, he's probably more popular than Ryan Reynolds. Like, Ryan Reynolds didn't get super popular till probably Deadpool. Like, I mean, he had big hits, but Deadpool was the one that set him on the map, at least when I was growing up.
I feel like Justin Bieber has had peaks and valleys. Sometimes
Yeah.
he's really popular, sometimes it takes a dip. Sometimes he's popular, sometimes it takes a dip.
He seems to be more genuine though than Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds kind of seems a little too nice. It kind of scares me.
Yeah, considering everything that's came out in the last the last year or so.
Okay. Yeah. See, I wouldn't even know. I didn't like that he made Rob McElhenney look like he has a crazy ass chin now. So.
Well, it's we love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
No, I don't.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, 'cause a thug can't spell. Yes, we love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive. Now, weirdest question you'll be asked on an interview. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
I don't know. When COVID was going on, Psycho Mike did a pretty darn good job wrestling a Rock. I don't think I'd ever stand a chance. That was like, I remember being at the first wrestling show after COVID ended, because we had a lot of lockdowns in Canada, and it was a drive-in show, and then the wrestling ring was in the middle, and it wasn't even the same promotion at all. They were just doing a backyard pro spoof thing. And Psycho Mike comes in the middle of not his Iron Man match, the Tuscan Man match, because it's stronger than iron, so it's definitely they'll have a winner. And they started wrestling The Rock and Psycho Mike all around the ring and in the parking lot. So I don't think I'd stand a chance.
I've asked that question to pretty much everybody that I've ever interviewed, and I think you're the only person to ever actually see Psycho Mike wrestle The Rock live.
I remember it. I remember just marking out, freaking out. I was like, oh my goodness, just The Rock. I was like, I didn't think he was actually going to do anything with it. I just thought it was going to be a joke online. So you heard about this?
Oh, it's one of my favorite things of all time.
Okay.
The context of the question is always Psycho Mike wrestled a Rock in a Tungsten Man match. That's
Okay,
the context.
yes. So I was there live when that match brawled into that NSW show. So, yeah.
That is awesome. So you experienced The Rock live in all his glory.
Yeah, it wasn't as shiny as the other Rock, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, 5 years, I hope I don't have a broken foot, and I hope that I'm wrestling and I'm having fun. And I hope that it takes off and it's not consuming everything to the point where I can't see my family and friends, because I can't have, people around me that I care about, then I will probably be miserable. So I just have to learn a balance, and hopefully within 5 years I can figure out that balance a little more.
And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
Couple matches. My last match right before I got hurt was probably one of my better ones. It was me versus Tyler Turba for the Hammerlock Pure Wrestling title. That was a stiff fight. It was a fight. It was not a match. It was a fight. It was good. It was very intense. Another match. Last November, I wrestled a guy named Cal Keaton. He's from Buffalo, and he came out to IPW, and we opened the show, and it was electric hot the whole time. It was really good, and I felt like we didn't miss a beat, and it was a really, really good show.
Can we find
So I would.
Oh, continue. I cut you off.
Oh, all I was going to say was, so I'd say those two.
Can we find them on YouTube?
They should be both on my YouTube channel.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And I will put those in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. For anybody that hasn't seen them, wants to see them, wants to re-see them after this interview. And of course, your whole YouTube page will be in there as well. So you can binge all things Isaiah Cross. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
I think so. I know who I am. I don't know if you guys know who I am. So hopefully you do after an hour and 10 minutes.
Well, let's find out. Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
My gosh, you said it was lightning round, but Edge.
Worst wrestler.
Oh, man. Unfortunately, probably Eva Marie.
That is the correct answer.
Oh.
Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
CM Punk.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Oh, man. Oh, wait. I guess entrance music. Got me going here. Burning My Light by Randy Orton. His old theme.
Okay. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
I don't know what kayfabe is. What is that?
You know, I've been asking around. Nobody seems to know, unfortunately.
Okay. Kebab? Kebab?
Something that goes on toast, apparently.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
It's a vegetable, isn't it?
Is that your final answer?
It's a trick question, but I feel like it's a vegetable. But I mean, sometimes it's too sweet.
Are we locking in vegetable?
Might be.
Well, it is indeed a fruit. It has seeds. Tomato logic.
Damn. Couldn't tell the last time I had squash, man.
New Japan wrestler Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
You're not trying to have a show that is, usually in a strip club. So maybe put on some more appropriate gear. I'm not really into that.
So, full coverage.
A kid's going to see it, and, it's probably not best for a kid to see something that's quite revealing.
Alright. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know.
Oh, man.
Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, I have not. I have not.
And that will conclude, and that is the correct answer.
Okay.
And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Thanks, man. I had a blast.
Absolutely. The pleasure was all mine. And once again, can you tell us where we can find things, all things Isaiah on social media.
TikTok, X, Instagram. You can find me at Isaiah Cross Pro. On Facebook, it is Isaiah Cross. On YouTube, it is Isaiah Cross. If you are a booker, a promoter, you can reach me at bookisaiahcross.com at gmail.com, not .com. I'm not that cool. I don't have my own website. So for bookers and promoters, bookisaiahcross at gmail.com. I will be upfront with you right now, though. If you do reach out to me, we will have to figure something out in the near future as I am out on injury right now.
All right, taking bookings starting hopefully in August.
Let's say August, yeah.
And you don't have to type it into your Google machines. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give him a damn follow. And when he starts selling merch again, buy a damn shirt. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For our special guest, Isaiah Cross, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling Wit
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.